Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today, man, have we got a great video going on, let me tell you. You know, we're going to be talking about this year. It is the year of the trike. Haha, yes. You know, you've seen the Chinese calendar. They got the year of the rat, the year of the this, the year of the that. Well, this year, I am going to designate 2026 the year of the trike. But I've got some reasons. I'm just not just, just pulling this stuff out of the air. Well, kind of, but I still have reasons, real valid, legitimate reasons that I think you're going to be able to relate to. And if you're on this channel right now watching it for the first time, you obviously are having some of those feelings, those vibes. The year is drawing you in to join the trike community. And I want to encourage you to not be a conformist, but to go out and do what you want to do, no matter what it is. All right. Well, before we get going on that, I want you to do me a big old favor. Give the video a big old fat thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. All that stuff. Leave a comment. Comment on your comment. Then leave another comment. Then start yapping. It moves us up in the algorithm. Hit the hype button. You know, all that stuff. All right. So the year of the trike. Man, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot because I've been watching the three-wheeled community grow. You know, I know that Can-Am avoids being called a trike. They want to be called a three-wheeled vehicle, right? The Harley Triglide, it actually avoids being called a trike. They want to be called a Triglide. Apparently there is some sort of stigma with the trike thing, but we're going to talk about that right now. That leads me to my first point. The stigma, it's gone. It's just gone. You know, it used to be there was a feeling, a thought, well, I'm not going to ride a trike unless I'm fill in the blank. That stigma is gone. You see regular folks, regular folks like me, like you, out riding these three-wheelers. And we love them. They're great. They're fun to ride. It's exciting. Everything about them is fun. There's less stress. There's more freedom. All of that stuff. It doesn't mean that the two-wheeled thing is not cool or relevant or any of that. You know, I'm a huge MotoGP fan. Huge MotoGP fan. I watch motocross as well. I watch World Superbike. I watch Moto America. I love all things motorcycles. So I don't want you to think that I'm slamming the two-wheel community. But what I am saying is it's changed. That's what I'm saying. There is no stigma associated with this anymore. I don't look at this as something that's a compromise. This is something I want. This is something I do because it's fun. So number one, the stigma is gone. And the fact that the stigma is gone leads me right into numero dos. So let's talk about number two. What is that? Well, the demographics have changed because the stigma being gone, now everyone's starting to see this. You know, it used to be a bunch of white-haired old dudes or bald-headed old dudes, in my case, that were like, we're just going to move to the trike because we can no longer ride a two-wheeler. Our hips hurt. We have nerve pain. Our balance is a problem. Or I'm disabled. You know, I have a broken leg that it didn't heal up properly. Or I'm an amputee. Or I'm paralyzed. Or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that being a reason that you ride. So please don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. What I am saying is people want the trike. The demographic has changed. You know, women riders, a lot of women never thought they could ride their own motorcycle. They were always a pillion or the passenger, whatever you want to call it. I call it a pillion. But the idea that they could get off the back of the darn motorcycle and get on a three-wheeler and ride and feel safe and confident and secure and bold and strong, man, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, that is a beautiful thing. You're seeing folks that just rode around in SUVs and cars and trucks and RVs, and all of a sudden, they're buying Spyders. They're buying Triglides because they're like, man, this is fun. It's just fun. I don't have to ride around in an SUV all the time. I can see the world. I can see my country. I can drive around my community. I can enjoy myself, and it can be quite wonderful. It can be liberating. It doesn't have to be the mundane, right? And that's a great thing. So for people to be able to get out and do it, the community has just changed. The demographic is just vastly different. You know, we even see that among the Rikers. You see a younger group on the Rikers. You see a lot of people learning. It doesn't mean that everyone is there. I'm talking about a broad brush here. You see people who are touring, putting in huge miles on the RT. You see folks that are kind of in the middle ground. They want to be able to ride and cruise and be cool. They want to be able to do huge miles, and they get the F3. Super adjustable regardless of how tall you are. You can put a taller windshield on for touring. You can move the pegs front and back so that you can have more or less leg room based on your height. You have plenty of storage capacity. And then the Canyon. The BRP, thank you for allowing me to ride this Canyon. The Canyon, man, all of a sudden this thing is just, it's killing it. People are buying this thing so they can go out and do adventures. So I want you to understand that not only is the stigma gone, the demographic is changing. You're seeing young, vibrant people from all walks of life, all financial groups, everything, all over the place, and it's wonderful. And anyone who thinks that's a bad thing, well, I'm just gonna have to say, you're a dummy. You're just a dum-dum, because we want more people on these and less people in them big old cages. It's a great thing, and I'm grateful for it. So the demographics have shifted unbelievably. Oh, let me stop. Oh, there's a stop sign there. Never saw that coming. I'm glad you told me, YouTube people. All right, so number one, the stigma is gone. Number two is the demographics. Number three, are you ready? Technology. Man, technology. You know, trikes used to be barbaric, man. When you rode them, it was like you were riding something. You had two back tires and you were pushing a brick around for a front tire. It was awful. I've ridden them, trust me, I know. I vowed I would never ride a trike after I rode the first one. The darn things just felt dangerous. They were terrible. I mean, they rattled like crazy. They were just, it was awful. They bounced all over the road. The braking was horrendous because you had that little skinny front tire on the front and you're just pushing that little thing. You got no surface patch on the road. It was terrible. It was terrible. And then I rode a Spyder and I'm like, wow, are you kidding me? This thing will stop. I mean, it stops like no other motorcycle I've ever ridden. It stops unbelievably well. You have these two massive surface patches from these big tires on the front. And everybody knows your braking is at the front. That's where it is. Everybody knows that, whether it's in a car, whether it's on a two-wheeler, whether it's on a three-wheeler. Your braking is in the front. So having two wheels in the front is an advantage on stopping. You can absolutely stop. And this thing has linked brakes, ABS brakes, has active electronics for the suspension. So as you're going through turns, it's adjusting. You have air suspension that adjusts you up and down based on your ride load, how much weight you have in the saddlebags, how much you and your spouse weigh. You know, it really is amazing. You have heated grips. Yes, heated grips. I mean, when I was a young dude, I never dreamed of riding around in the wintertime with hands that weren't feeling completely numb and burning. I didn't expect that. So to have heated grips, a heated seat, cruise control, all of those things, and all of the storage capacity. And on the Spyder, you have power steering. Power steering, are you kidding me? You don't even have to kill yourself to turn this thing. It's amazing. The technology, you have Apple CarPlay, you have music, you have speakers, you have all of these things that just, man, it's just amazing. So the technology in the trike world, just like in the two-wheeler world, has grown unbelievably. And what that does, you have someone coming out of that SUV and that RV, and they're all of a sudden going, man, I can do this. I can do this. And not only can I do it, I can do it comfortably and I can enjoy myself. If you can hear me getting worked up, it's because I'm getting worked up. I love this stuff. So understand, number three is technology, and technology is a good thing. So what could number 4 be? You know, number 4 is probably one of the biggest ones that I've seen, and especially over the last 12 to 18 months. So number 4 is community and social connection. You know, the Spyder community, all I can say is community, the last bit of the word community is unity. You know, that's what we see in the Spyder community. It's not like a lot of the other things that I do. You know, I like to go to motorcycle rallies. In fact, I'm going to go further than that. I absolutely love going to motorcycle rallies. But just because I love it doesn't mean there's a sense of unity. There's not. I'm going to say there is unity among the groups, among your herd, among your tribe. So here's what I mean by that. There's unity from Harley to Harley. There's unity from Indian to Indian. There's unity from Japanese cruiser to Japanese cruiser. There's unity for BMW. And then there's unity for the three-wheelers. But when you go to a Spyder rally or a three-wheel rally, generally speaking, everyone is a part of the community. If you show up on a Goldwing and it's a two-wheeler, you are welcome. You will feel the unity. People are just happy that you're riding. And that is a massive shift in everything that I've ever been around. Man, I used to go to Bike Week, and I'm telling you, if you were trailering or if you did something that they just, the mainstream riders, the one percenters they call themselves, that they didn't like, man, you could get in a daggum fight over it. It was crazy. So the idea that we actually have community and unity, wow, that's insane. The other thing is that social connection. That social connection has grown exponentially. You know, Facebook, you know, I kind of consider Facebook the geriatric social media. You know, because I'm on there too. You know, my daughter, she doesn't give a hootenanny about Facebook. Well, just the fact that I use the word hootenanny ought to tell you I'm old. But she doesn't care about Facebook. She's more the Instagram and the TikTok and whatever. There's a bunch of them out there. But she's like, yeah, Facebook is for the older crowd, Dad. It's kind of the MySpace of the 21st century. But you got to realize there are a ton of groups out there. You know, this channel actually has a Facebook group. I'm not as active on it as I should be. I've got to do better on that. But with the Coach Bob 3 Facebook group, you've got the Three Wheel Collective, which is a massive group. It's a massive group that BRP Can-Am on road has put together. The Three Wheel Collective, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, and it's huge. Thousands upon thousands of people are following that page and sharing their stories. They're people just like you. YouTube, man, YouTube has grown. Whether it's a new person that's gotten a Spyder and has decided to catalog their trip around this country, and they go, hey, I'm done. I'm one and done. You know, I'm going to do my 4 or 5 videos to catalog this trip, and I'm done. And then, you know, who knows, maybe when I do another trip, I'll catalog that one. But for now, I'm good. And that's all they want to do. And they do that. And that's beautiful. And then you'll have others. They do how-tos, and they're super talented, really smart. You know, then there's folks who are in it for the long haul. The people who have been around forever. You know, Smokes vlogs. If you don't watch that, you need to. Sean Smokes, man. The dude has been around forever. He's a real motorcycle guy. You know, I had the privilege of meeting Sean a few years ago at a Club BRP event where they were unveiling new models. What a wonderful guy. Just a beautiful, just a sweet, kind spirit about him. What you see on his channel is truly him. He has over 30,000 subscribers. I mean, he's the real deal. He's a mechanic. He works on everything. He understands the technology. He's a good dude. He's a really good dude. You've got Beth from Riker Rides. Man, Riker Rides, man. She started out just doing some how-tos on her Riker. It was really cool to see that because, you know, now we have this young woman, and she's, you know, a mother and a wife and just a cool person, and she's out there doing it. She's showing you in real time that it can be done. You don't have to be a big burly dude with grease under his fingernails to be able to do this stuff, and she shows you that. And she does some amazing installations, and her social media on Instagram is just absolutely inspiring to watch. She makes me want to be a better person. So Riker Rides, man, if you're not subscribed to her, and she's also doing Spyder stuff, now, you know, she started out just as the Riker, but she's been in this thing for the long haul. She's probably 25,000 plus subscribers now, maybe bigger. She's amazing. She does great work. You know, John and Miriam, they do their Asphalt Odyssey, where they get on the Spyder and they ride. Now last year they did it in a Toyota, but I'm going to tell you, they still have their Spyder and they ride and they do group things, man. They actually get out in the community and do things. John and Miriam are just special people. They're super special people, and everyone knows it. People love to be around them. You feel better when you're around them. They elevate you. Purple on 3. I'm going to mention this one because I've watched Jody's channel grow. I liken her channel kind of to mine. It grows. It just grows slow. We don't have viral videos that just hit and we grow overnight. Man, it'd be nice to do that, right? But we understand. It's a long, steady grind. It's commitment. It's commitment to the three-wheel community because it means something. You know, let me tell you, you won't find a person that's more riding than Jody. She rides, man. She rides more than anybody I know. I mean, literally anybody I know. Well, maybe other than Tommy, but that's because that's her husband and he's with her, you know. But she is amazing. You know, she had this heart thing go on a few years ago when she was out on the road, and it was scary. But she continued. She did her thing, man. And to be able to get out there and not live in fear. She is a portrait on overcoming the challenge. She's amazing. And she just does her thing, man. I've never, not one time have I ever heard an unkind word come out of her mouth. Anytime that Coach Vic and I are going through some tragedy or travail in our lives, there's always a card or a call, or she just shows up. It's wonderful, man. She's amazing. So Jody, Purple on 3, if you ain't subscribed to her channel, well, you're just doing it wrong. I'm just going to tell you that. All right, so there's the big 4, right? The big 4. The stigma is gone. The demographic has changed. Technology and social and community. Man, those are 4 big reasons. So is 26 the year of the trike? Well, I'm just going to have to say this. Yes, it is. It is the year of the trike. For those 4 reasons alone. But are there more? There's much more. And I could sit here and I could talk all day and give you some sort of sales pitch or whatever. You know, I had a guy that's funny this week. He thought I was AI. He thought I was AI. It was hilarious. He was looking at a video that I made years ago, and he goes, well, this is AI. No, it's not AI. I'm a real person in a real place. I'm a real coach. I guess that's when you know you have an articulate speech pattern when they think you're AI. I don't know, man. But anyway, this community has changed and it's grown, and the people are amazing. And I could give you some sort of smooth talking sales pitch, but that's not what I'm here to do. What I am here to do is this, though, is encourage those who are on the fence and they're going, I don't know if I'm going to try this or not. Maybe you still feel that sense of stigma. Maybe you're afraid. I'm going to tell you this. If you're afraid, that's okay. That's all right. Take a ride day, get your gear on, go for a ride. Heck, if you see me somewhere, I'll let you know when I'm at rallies. Show up. If you've got your dadgum license to ride a motorcycle and you're insured, I'll let you ride this. I want to let you ride. I want to see you ride. I want you to experience it. It can be a beautiful thing. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be ashamed. There are plenty of people out there who will connect with you. The three-wheeled rallies that we go to, like the Land Spyder Rally, yes, it's actually a Spyder Rally, is grown every single year. The Deadwood three-wheel rally up in Deadwood, South Dakota, just beautiful. There are many reasons and many people who are traveling huge miles and having huge fun because they can, and so can you. So before we close this thing out, I want you to do me a favor. Give the video a big old fat gravy-laden thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. You know I would. And I want to say this until we get going. I want you, yes you, go out buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you are most definitely doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I'll see you on the road real soon.